Kính thưa Ngài Đồng Huy Cương, Phó Chủ tịch Liên hiệp các tổ chức hữu nghị Việt Nam, kính thưa Đại sứ Nguyễn Quang Khai, Chủ tịch Ủy ban Việt Nam đoàn kết với nhân dân Palestine, dear Mr. Shin Umizu, Head of the United Nations Residence Coordinator's Office in Hanoi, dear colleagues, ambassadors, chargé d'affaires, representatives of the diplomatic mission, UN and international organizations in Hanoi, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends of Palestine. Xin chào tất cả các bạn Việt Nam. At the outset, I would like to extend my respectful greeting and heartfelt thanks to everyone who attended the commemoration of the International Day Solidarity with the Palestinian people. I also sincerely thank the Vietnam Union of Friendship Organization, the Vietnam Committee for Solidarity with the Palestinian people, and the Vietnam Palestine Friendship Association of Hanoi for co-organizing this event. Ladies and gentlemen, and friends of Palestine, the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people this year is observed as our people have been subjected for more than a year and still are to one of the most heinous crimes of the era, a comprehensive war crime and genocide carried by the occupying power, a crime that has claimed so far the lives of more than 44,000 martyrs and thousands are still under the rubble. Meanwhile, more than 105,000 others have been wounded. 1,480 Palestinian families have been wiped out and erased from the civil registers. Thousands lost their lives due to the spread of disease and the lack of medicine and water. In addition to more than 2 million Palestinian people were displaced from their homes many times in search for safety from the systematic killing carried out by the Israeli occupation army. As the aggressive war continues, dozens are still being killed every day, and many times more of our afflicted people in Gaza Strip, the West Bank, and Jerusalem being wounded. More than ever, the war of extermination must stop. The killing of children and women must stop. Sending weapons to Israel must stop. This madness cannot continue. The entire world bears responsibility for what is happening to our people in Gaza, as well as in the West Bank, which is being subjected to continuous daily Israeli aggression, a fierce and barbaric settlement campaign, and terrorism by settler gang sponsored and supported by the Israeli government and the occupation army, which is demolishing hundreds of homes in the land of the state of Palestine. In addition to what, Jerusalem, our eternal capital, is being subjected to form Judaization campaign and aggression against the city, its holy site and landmarks, in order to change the historical and legal status of the holy city. Ladies and gentlemen, the Palestinian leadership has repeatedly warned the entire world that the situation in the occupied state of Palestine threatened to explode, and the explosion occurred on October 7 of last year, and thereafter Since the first day, the state of Palestine stood up and stressed the need for an end of war, and also stressed the rejection of targeting civilians wherever may be, is also to sit down immediately at the negotiation table to implement the two-state solution based on international legitimacy resolution. Instead of listening to the voice of reasons, the Israeli government exploited what happened to launch a comprehensive war of genocide in the Gaza Strip and continue to commit war crimes recognized by the international community. Ladies and gentlemen, and dear friends of Palestine, the Palestinian people have been subjected to 76 years of dispossession, prosecution, occupation, apartheid, and now a genocide so catastrophic in scale and humanity that is beyond any descriptions. I want to highlight 5 significant recent international legal developments in this regard. Firstly, the latest report of the United Nations Special Committee to investigate Israeli practices affecting the human rights of the Palestinian people confirmed that Israel's warfare in Gaza is consistent with the characteristics of genocide, that Israel is intentionally causing mass death and severe injury, inflicting collective punishment, and using starvation as a method of war, which is a war crime. The committee stressed the collective punishment of every state to stop supporting the assault on Gaza and apartheid system in the occupied West Bank, including East Jerusalem. Secondly, Human Rights Watch reported that Israeli authorities have intentionally caused mass forces displacement of majority of the civilian population in Gaza, are responsible for war crime and crime against humanity. The report urged all states immediately suspend weapons transfer and military assistance to Israel or risk complicity in these grave crimes and violation of Palestinian human rights. Thirdly, the advisory opinion issued by the International Court of Justice, ICJ, in July 19, 2024, marked a historic milestone on the legal struggle against the Israeli occupation. It declared that Israel's prolonged presence in the occupied Palestinian territory, including its colonial settlement regime, is unlawful and aimed at permanent annexation. Fourthly, on September 18, the UN General Assembly voted overwhelmingly in favor of a resolution demanding that Israel promptly end its unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory. Fifthly, just a week ago, the International Criminal Court issued arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister and his former defense minister, 6 months after request issued by the chief prosecutor of the court. The ICC decision restored hope and trust not only in international law along with the United Nations institution, but also in the importance of justice, accountability, and prosecution of war criminals, particularly at the time when the Palestinian people are still subject to genocide, war crime taking the form of deployment of starvation, of method of war, and crimes against humanity manifest in killing, oppression, and displacement, among others. Dear friends of Palestine, despite so much suffering and loss, the Palestinian people are still here, steadfast and resilient, still persisting on their mountains and thorny journey toward self-determination, justice, and freedom, refusing to be broken, silenced, or forgotten. The Palestinian cause continues to be one of the most significant and critical issues in the world stage. Palestine remains at the forefront of the global agenda across all levels, from grassroots movement to regional and international platforms and institutions, now more than ever before. As we mark the International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian people, I would like to express on behalf of the Palestinian leaders and people our sincere gratitude to the leader of the party, the state, and the people of Vietnam and the Vietnamese in diaspora for their unwavering support of the Palestinian cause and their commitment to our just struggle for independence and freedom. The leadership and the people of Palestine also appreciate Vietnam's firm stance on the peaceful resolution for the Palestinian issue. This approach is based on respect for international law and relevant United Nations resolution, ensuring all parties' legitimate right and interest, including the unalienable national right of the Palestinian people, particularly the right to establish an independent and sovereign Palestinian state with borders as they were before June 5th, 1967, and East Jerusalem as its capital, as it was clearly stated by His Excellency President Luong Quang of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam in his telegram sent to His Excellency President Mahmoud Abbas and United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. Dear friends, we, the people of Palestine, alike yearn for an end of our long-standing suffering. We aspire to live in peace, with dignity and freedom in an independent Palestine, as called for by international resolution. The path to peace is clear. The occupation must end. There can be no lasting and comprehensive peace and security without justice. I will leave you with the words of our beloved poet Mahmoud Darwish. I quote, "The Palestinian people have an incurable malady, hope. Hope in liberation and independence. Hope in an everyday life where we neither heroes nor victims. Hope that our poet will see beauty of the color red in roses rather than in blood. Hope that this land will take up its original name, the land of love and peace. Thank you for sharing the weight of this hope with us. Xin trân trọng cảm ơn."